my guest today is a comic book artist and author whose latest work, The Devil in the Herd, was recently funded on Kickstarter and funded rather quickly, as I recall. Let's take a look. The Devil in the Herd by Katelyn Windels and from the folks at Invader Comics kind of reminds me of a classic Edgar Allan Poe story. Yeah, you can definitely do worse as far as comparisons are concerned than Edgar Allan Poe. Although Edgar Allan Poe, not exactly uplifting company to be in. The last couple times Ed has invited me out for coffee, I've left him on red. I left Ed on red. But yeah, The Devil in the Herd. It's a single issue one shot, which means it's entirely self contained. And it's Kickstarter funded, and you can get in on the action at this link I've made for you, tinyurl.com/cbcdevil. That's tinyurl.com/cbcdevil. So this book is about Jedediah, who's a cowboy in the Old West. He's part of a cattle drive in the New Mexican desert, and Jedediah has done something very not good. And when we open the issue, we see that Jed is being followed by someone who is apparently the devil. Now, mind you, Jed is the only one who can see the devil, but still, when the devil starts following you, messed up things start to happen. Messed up things start to happen to you. So this mysterious dark stranger character that only Jed can see, following him around and kind of reminding him of what he did and judging him for what he did, kind of reminded me of the classic Edgar Allan Poe short story, The Telltale Heart. And as some of you might know, in The Telltale Heart, we've got a character who does something similar to what Jed does here. And as the story progresses, there's a beating heart in that character's mind that slowly causes him to unravel. This devil character here kind of felt like the personification, to an extent, of Poe's Telltale Heart, except because it's a person and not just a sound, you can have a dialogue with it and engage with it, and you can flesh it out a lot more. Katelyn Windels is a one-woman show here in terms of writing and art. You love to see it. There's a lot of cool visual elements here, not just with the devil character and his look, but she's great with the demonic monster type stuff. And there's a few moments in this issue where you have the animals just staring at you with the glowing eyes. There's also a pretty pronounced spiritual and religious element to this book, which I guess is only natural considering the devil is in it. And I won't dive too far into it, but there's a few lines here about why people seek spiritual and religious salvation for selfish reasons, perhaps, out of fear of what might come in the afterlife. I really liked that. It added some nice depth and some meat to the proceedings here. I don't know if we have enough Western horror comic books out there these days. So this was a really nice change of pace, and I think it might be a nice change of pace for you if you're mainly on a diet of the Marvel, DC, mainline type stuff. So again, that's The Devil in the Herd from Katelyn Windels and Invader Comics. If you want to check out the campaign, maybe get in on the action, it's tinyurl.com/cbcdevil. And that book comes to us with help from our friends over at Invader Comics. And folks, at the time of this video's release, you can still get in on that Kickstarter campaign as it does not wrap up until March 5th. The link to it will be at the top of the description below. Meanwhile, our one-woman show is on the line now. Katelyn Windels. Miss Katelyn, how are you?
I am fantastic, Rob. Thank you.
So, okay, give us the elevator pitch for The Devil in the Herd. What's it about? What are the pertinent details?
I feel like I changed the way I say the elevator pitch each time. So, like the vague one that's just bare bones basic is the devil is chasing a man in the desert.
Okay.
The more poetic one that I had in my pitch, here I wrote it down so I didn't forget, is In the deserts of the old American Southwest, a man with no face and red eyes follows a cattle drive, seeking the soul of one of the cavalrymen. So that's like my fun way to
Yeah,
say it.
hey, no, I'd go with that one, frankly. That's got like movie trailer vibes to it.
We try, we try.
But no, okay, so you've got Jedediah is the main character's name. Forgive me.
Jedediah, or just Jed if you don't want to say all those syllables.
Fair enough, fair enough. And he's part of a cattle drive, and he's got this man, this mysterious stranger following him, who I guess is the devil. So where do you come up with a book like this? What's the book's origin story? Where does it come from?
I live in the Southwest. I live in the Jemez Mountains in New Mexico.
Hmm.
When I came up with the idea for this book, I was not currently living in New Mexico. I was just kind of missing living in New Mexico. I'd lived in New Mexico for 2 years, then we
Hmm.
moved to California, and now we're back in New Mexico. So, combination of me just missing beautiful landscape and kind of spooky Western tales, and just recently having discovered, like, oh, I think I really like writing horror. I want to write more horror. So I just combined the two of those, basically.
You just discovered that you like writing horror because it feels like you've been writing it for a while.
I've been reading it for a very long time. Like they say, a thing that makes you a better writer is reading a lot.
Naturally.
So, and I just had my first like attempt when I came up with the idea for this. I wrote a story called No Quarter, which is a mermaid horror story. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, that went really well. And like, it was actually very easy for me to like find the language in that. So we just went with the Southwest theme instead of mermaids with this one.
But are you a lifelong like horror fan? Much
Oh,
of
yeah.
what we're talking about is informed by an interview you recently did on the Talking Comics podcast. Hat tip to them. Did I hear you
Mhm.
say on that show that your comfort movie is The Thing?
It is the thing. I have a poster of it right in front of me that you can't see. It is one of my most all-time favorite movies.
Nice. So okay, so you're a horror person then.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not like incredibly knowledgeable on all the occulty films, but like I'm getting more comfortable with it as I grow older. It's like, oh, I always like this. Might as well embrace that.
There you go. There you go. Well, I tell you what, you write it like you've been writing it for years. I'll give you that. And okay, so we've got the devil following
Mm-hmm.
Jedediah through the desert in this one-shot comic book available via Kickstarter. And you're really good from an artistic standpoint with the demonic monster type stuff. Just with the glowing eyes and just the monstrous content, but your design for the devil character himself is interesting in that it's almost like minimalistic by comparison. I mean, he looks evil, but I mean, he's just got the
Mm-hmm.
dark face and he's got the red portion of the face there. What was your thought process in designing his look?
Yeah, it's like a weird thing in a lot of cowboy and western art to just like have the silhouetted figure on like a horse. And I've always liked like if people saw the movie Sinners, they did it really well of just like a dark figure with just pinpricks for eyes.
Yeah.
Because things that are very scary are things you can't really see. So like you're seeing a person, but you're not like seeing the person, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. So he just like kind of wears shadows as like a mask, I kind of describe it as, because
Mm.
he's like you see him turn his face and you can see a profile of a person, but there's no details at all. So
It's
just
almost like the
mystery.
fear, the fear of the unknown in the sense that you can't tell exactly what he looks like, but I mean, so that's kind of what makes
Yeah.
it scary in a sense.
Yeah, it's not like quite uncanny valley, but it's close enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way, it's effective. I mean, if somebody like that was following me, and I hope nobody is, I mean, I'd be freaked out.
Yeah, me too. Good, good. It's doing its job then.
There you go, there you go. So you went the Kickstarter route with Devil in the
Mhm.
Herd, and I mean, it paid off for you in a huge way because the initial goal, as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, was a little bit less than 2,000. And at the time of this
Mhm.
recording, the total is more than 8,000. I mean, that's incredible. How quick did the campaign hit its initial goal?
I think it was within the first 2 hours, I think, which
I was
is just insane.
I was gonna say, I mean, and how does it feel to hit that goal so quickly with something that you've poured that much creative energy into?
Really good and really scary because I hope it doesn't disappoint.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah,
No, it's really thrilling because like you get all of this material ramped up and you're like, what if it doesn't, what if it only makes like $100? We can't print it then. Like you just always have the constant what if
hmm
and imposter syndrome as an artist. So it's
Yeah,
really just so encouraging to see, and I'm very grateful.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and even the minimal goal to get it produced. I mean, I think it was about 1,800 was the initial goal. I mean, that's not chump change, lady, but now we're
Yeah,
talking like eight grand. I mean, that's a huge statement as far as you and your work is concerned, I think. And I mean, what's the advantage of going the Kickstarter route though for creators trying to break in and make a name for themselves? I mean, you took a big risk, you put yourself out there, but I mean, what was
hmm
advantageous about it?
it was, well, I had a lot of help from the Invader guys because I personally had never done a Kickstarter before. I had a lot of friends that told me about it, and like I got a bunch of different advice, like get a publisher, don't get a publisher. I obviously
hmm
decided going with a publisher just because I trusted them much more than myself, basically to make like distributing decisions. They had more connections than me. So like it's a multi-purpose thing I've noticed with Kickstarter where like it acts as an advertisement, it spreads the word well, people discover things from it, and like I've been asked to do other interviews just because they saw the Kickstarter, not because they followed me or my thing. So
Yeah.
it's there's so many avenues it can lead down while also getting funded because
Well
it's
then,
nice
yeah,
to see
naturally.
people who actually commit to it before it's a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, no, that just I can't imagine what that must have been like to get that. I mean, within 2 hours, that's insane. And or at least it feels
I
like it must
know.
be insane. So I mean, but no, I
It
mean
is. Don't worry, it is.
no, I mean, but that's a testament to what you're bringing to the table, or at least what you're showing to the people of what you're bringing to the table. I'm lucky enough to have read it. And in terms of our devil character, and the story that we're telling with him following Jedediah, because Jedediah has done something. I think I said it this way when I covered it in the video. He's done something very not good. Okay, and
hmm
that's more or less why the devil is following him. You like how I'm telling this to you as if you don't know?
Yeah. What? What? He
Yeah, there
what?
you go. But okay, so but the religious element in Devil in the
Mhm.
Herd is really interesting to me in the sense that you have Jed carrying around what I presume is a Bible, and then you've got Jed praying for salvation, but for what I would think are fearful and selfish reasons. I mean, where does
Mhm.
that angle in the story come from? I mean, do you have a spiritual and religious background to the extent you're willing to reveal? I mean, where does that come from?
Yeah, it's, I mean, I do have a spiritual background. I mean, I am writing religious horror, so
hmm
that's a given.
Yeah.
But with Jedediah as a character specifically, he kind of represents something that I think can be seen in a lot of things. I just saw it in religion because that's what I grew up in, but it's people who kind of take on a title of anything like, oh, I'm XYZ, so I'm exempt from judgment, I'm a good person. But they're
hmm
not really trying to do the moral work of like being a better person. Um,
hmm
in a subject sense. So we have Jed going around in the book and being like, "No, I'm a good man. I don't know why this is happening to me." And it's just slowly revealed more and more like what type of man Jed actually is. And that's just something I saw a lot growing up. It's just people who would like wear a title almost as a shield to be like, "Oh no, you can't be mad at me. A priest
hmm
gave me confession and it's fine."
hmm
Basically,
Yeah, I mean, I like, and like you said, it's not just a religious thing. I mean, you see
it
it.
can be anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it. It's a political thing too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you see it on the news, you see it
Mhm.
in, various different facets of life, and that's one of the things that I thought was so refreshing about that development is okay, here's somebody's actually saying it. Somebody's
Hmm.
there's a calling out essence to what we see in the devil, at least from that angle, which was
Hmm.
really, I mean, it was gratifying for me as a reader.
Good, good. Thank God.
There you go. There you go. Okay. So you're obviously seeing some success with Devil in the Herd.
Hmm.
Now, I mean, maybe it's a little early to ask this question, but I mean, momentum is on your side here. What's next for you? I mean, anything in the pipeline that we can expect? Did I hear you say on the Talking Comics podcast there was an anthology either in the works or was in the works, like a horror anthology?
I Yeah, so well, Devil in the Herd was going to be part of a horror anthology because I didn't think I could release like a one shot, like 30-page comic. So I'm like, oh, I have a lot of horror stories that are about that length. What if I just make a bunch of them and put them together? But
Hmm.
then I got a little brave and I sent out Devil in the Herd and it got picked up, obviously.
Yeah.
I think a thing we can expect now, though, is my Kickstarter just hit its furthest stretch goal,
Okay.
which is $8,000, which means another Devil story is greenlit in universe. So
Really?
it won't be a sequel to this one, but it'll be like another devil seeking a sinner type story, which I'm very excited to start getting like more in depth with writing.
So is it the same devil character? I mean, it's not
Hmm.
like a sequel, but is it the same character that we saw in Devil in the Herd then?
Yes, yes, it's the same. It's the same Satan or whatever. The only thing that changes is who he's going after,
Excellent. No, you know what?
basically.
When I read and sometimes you see this with smaller indie stories. It's like, okay, you read it and you're like, ooh, there might be more meat on the bone here in terms of there
Hmm.
might be additional territory to explore. I got that sense with Devil in the Herd. I really felt like, okay, there's
Good.
more she can do with this guy if she wants to. So I'm thrilled to hear that. I had no idea. So I mean, are we thinking another Kickstarter or have we not gotten that far yet?
We haven't gotten that far yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was
Okay.
another Kickstarter. We'll see.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. So I debated whether or not to even ask you this, but I'm just going to go for it. So
Okay.
you put up an edit a couple of days ago joking about the idea of I think it was Jed and the devil character kissing or something like that, falling in love. It had like a romantic vibe to it. Was that genuinely part of the feedback you got? Like, do people want the devil to fall in love? Like, or are you just horsing around?
I am just horsing around, but it's it's funny to see the response for me whenever I post pictures of the devil. There's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, is he single and whatnot?" I mean, the devil is temptation, so I don't blame him. It's like women need so little to be attracted to a man. He doesn't even need a face.
There you
So
go.
I
There
get
you
a
go.
lot of absolutely delightful comments. I love them of people just like thirsting after my Satan character, which is it's so fun to me. So I just kind of leaned into that. It's like, oh, you think he's sexy? Here,
There
you
you
can have a
go.
little extra. The devil and Jed will not kiss, Brokeback Mountain style, but that's maybe another
I was
story.
gonna say we've got more devil on the way. I mean, it's not out of the question per
Yeah,
se. I
the
mean, you're
devil
the
can
author. I'm just
use
saying.
time.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay, so Caitlin, what's your dream project? I mean, you've found some success here with Devil in the Herd. We've got more horror stuff coming down the line. I mean, what's your big pot of gold at the end of the comic book career rainbow? What's something you'd love to work on? Is it more horror? Do you want to do the Marvel and DC stuff? Is it all of the above? What are you thinking?
It's a little bit of all the above. I'm a big Marvel girly. I love Wolverine and the X-Men a lot. I would love
Mm,
to do a Wolverine comic. I think my absolute top tier thing though I would love to do is I would really love to draw a Hellboy comic. He's
wow.
he's my most favorite comic character. Well, character in general of everything. Like I've a bunch of Hellboy art around me.
Yeah,
And everything like that. So, and Mike Mignola's influence kind of bleeds into a lot of my work.
I
So
can
it
see that.
just be, yeah, I'll do good, good. Maybe I should draw a Hellboy comic then, if it's already kind of there.
I was gonna say,
So,
who had that idea? Come on now.
come on now. So that's the top tier S tier goal.
Okay, excellent. Well, that's a hell of a thing to shoot for. And people, one of the questions that I have started asking creators, big and small, is that people tend to wonder what books they should start with if they want to get into comics. I want to start, but where do I go? What do I do? Aside from Devil in the Herd, which I genuinely think would be a good starting place for somebody,
I think
what
so
would
too.
you recommend to someone looking to kind of dip their toe in the medium? What's a good starter book or books?
Mm, books. Well, I always recommend Hellboy to everyone because I just said he's my favorite.
Hmm.
But other than that, I always, when recommending comics, I try to think of things that are popular, which means they'll likely be at like a public library. So you
Hmm.
don't have to go buy them. So I always
Yeah.
recommend stuff like Saga has been in most graphic novel libraries I've seen. Akira is really great. Like you can read Akira in like 2 hours, at least one volume of it. You don't
Yeah.
have to read all of them. I think it's a great thing. I like Lady Killer a lot. Something's Been Killing the Children is really popular now, and I'm seeing them in
Hmm.
libraries more. Ones I've been grabbing a lot lately that are still coming out is Power Fantasy and
Okay.
Exquisite Corpses, which I think just got cleared for like a Netflix show or something. So
Something like that. Yeah. You're a James Tynan fan then, with Something is Killing the Children also.
I am.
Okay.
I'm a little behind, but that's okay. We all get behind.
Excellent, excellent. No, I think I'm behind on Something That's Killing the Children as well, but I dipped into Exquisite Corpses, and it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, he's his own like sub industry now, James Tynan is almost.
Basically. I mean, it's just I really love the illustration style of it. Mostly is my big thing, but I guess the story's cool too. No.
Uh, but
Yeah.
Werther Dell'Edera, I believe, is the Something Is Killing the Children artist.
I'm
All
so
right.
bad
Well,
with names, so I'm
no,
confused.
no, it's all good. It's all good. So, okay. Well, Miss Caitlin, once again, I think I said this to you off air, but I just think The Devil in the Herd is a tremendous piece of business. I think it's well worth the investment. I'm so happy that you've not just met your goal, but I mean, blown it away, quite frankly. And we've still got time, until March 5th, is when the Kickstarter
Mhm.
goes. Anything else that you would like to add?
Um, go read more comic books, everyone.
Hey, you know what?
Do it.
I can vouch for that one. I can vouch for that one. That's a hell that the world could use more comics in this day and age, or at least more comic book
I
readers.
think so too.
There you go. There
Anything.
you
I'll
go.
take anything.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Caitlin Windels, ladies and gentlemen.